Adam, will you stop listening to that punk rock music?
It's not punk rock music.
All rock music is punk. Now go help yourself.
Greetings. Welcome to Creepy Ghoul Vision once again. I am Creepy Ghoul, your host. You can't see me, but you know I'm here. So in this video, it is my, I guess what you want to say, pre-COVID record, tape, and CD find, haul, yeah, just stuff I've ordered or come across over the last several months type of thing. So let's get to it. But first, the band in the background is a band I recently discovered online, actually, from right here in Toronto, surprisingly. Let's see if I can pronounce the name right. Nacht Lick. Nachtlich. Like German. Night. I can't remember. Nachtlich. Well, anyways, there it is right there. Two-man band, old school black metal, raw, primitive, underground, basement quality. Just came out like less than a handful of years ago. Last year, the year before type of thing. These guys sound like they came out back in the early mid-90s as far as I'm concerned. Really good shit, man. Check them out. Nachtlich from right here in Toronto. Two-man band. Alright, so let's get to it. Yes, another copy of Live Evil by Black Sabbath. Terrific live album, no question about it at all, on a white cassette. Oh, can't resist the sounds of Halloween. Love these novelty cassettes. I love the warnings too. Warning! This cassette is not to be listened to in the dark. Listen to this cassette at your own risk. Well, what the fuck are you supposed to listen to in daylight? On Halloween? What the hell? Anyways, there we go. Let's get the track listing there. Just the usual shit. And I'm sure we've all seen this cassette before. I play this cassette every Halloween. Speakers going right out my door for the trick-or-treaters. The next one, a friend of mine got this for me. Geez, I should have been more prepared. I can't remember the name of this band. Caleemin. Kelemin. The Unburning Flame. Doesn't fucking matter. It's a really good release by this band. I believe this is a demo. Really good shit. Early primitive, black death metal. I was really impressed when I listened to this. Just very old school sounding. So there we go. Check them out. I think it's Calamia. I remember I looked these guys up several months ago on the Encyclopedia Metallum, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, now I just forgot, because as usual, my videos come few and far between, so I kind of forget all this shit. But I remember I like this. Alright. How can you go wrong with this, people? Seriously, I probably have like 2 or 3 copies of this, maybe. On every format, really. Maybe 2 on cassette, 1 on LP, 1 on CD, actually. But yeah, it's a great live release. It needs no introduction, really. You know, Worldwide Live by the Scorpions. All the classics are on here, definitely. Essential Scorpions in your collection. Oh, here's another one a friend of mine got me because he thought I might like it. I do like it. I remember I looked these guys up. I think these guys are from Quebec. Kremen. Again, I looked these guys up several months ago on Encyclopedia Metallum, and I think they're from Quebec. Really good shit. Again, raw, primitive, black death metal, just really good shit. And nice golden cassette there. Yeah. Nowadays, if I don't like something, I'm just gonna get rid of it, or I'm not even gonna showcase it. But yeah, this is really good shit by this band. Check them out if you like the old school. Alright, and last but not least, cassette. A friend of mine got this for me as well. Still factory sealed. I haven't opened this one yet. I may or may not. Elvis' Greatest Jukebox Hits 23 Smash Hits. A sealed Elvis cassette. There we go. And yes, all the classics. Alright, so let's get on to some CDs now. So, I have been looking for this one for so long now, and I finally found it. An ex-girlfriend of mine from back in the mid-90s got this, and I burned a copy of it, or dubbed a copy of it onto cassette, I think it was. I still have that cassette dub. But since then, I've been looking for this original release on LP or CD or even cassette, and I finally found it. The Peel Sessions by Bratmobile. Really good shit. Brings back a lot of memories for me from that time. Really happy to have this. Finally got a copy of it. I know it's only 4 tracks, but they're really cool tracks. The release 1993, 94. Bratmobile, great band. In the same vein as Bikini Kill. Another great band. Yeah, really happy to have this, and if I do find another copy of it on CD, I would probably get it, or cassette just for the rarity of it, and LP as well. But yeah, girly band from the old days. Check them out. Bratmobile Peel Sessions on the Strange Fruit Dutch East India Trading label. From the old days. Alright, next one. I got this one at my local record shop. It was the only copy, really, but I grabbed it. Mayhem, the Hen House recordings. The legendary classic recordings that we all know, with Dead on vocals and Euronymous on guitar. Here it is right here. In its all its muddy quality sound quality glory right here. And the bonus part about this, it contains the DVD. Now this has been released officially by the band through Peaceville Records. There's been a lot of mixed reviews and feelings about this album, saying how dare Peaceville release this. They're calling it a cash grab because the quality is absolute shit. And I personally don't recommend this release if you're new to Mayhem. If you know all these songs, like Inside and Out, all the old stuff with Dead and Euronymous, then yeah, okay, grab something like this, because you'll be able to identify the songs no problem. But there it is right there, and it's got the DVD on the other side, and it comes with a little booklet, nothing much really. There we go, the Hen House recordings. Let me focus my camera. And I still don't have this on LP, but when I do find it on LP, I mean, honestly, for collection purposes, and I do know all the songs, and I love the early Mayhem stuff, I would probably grab this as well. 30, 35, maybe even $40, we'll see, but yeah. Again, going back to this release right here, one of my mottos as a collector is, if you're willing to wait, it'll come around. And you know what? Sure enough, after all these years, this came around. Okay, so the next one I got the next two I got out of town at a record shop. Mal Havoc from right here in Toronto, the Premeditated Murder release on Cargo Records. Now, this was also released on Metal Blade Records as well, with different track listings and maybe a bonus track or two. But this was, I believe, one of the original releases on Cargo Records. And I wanted to get this one. Only to discover, I think I already had this one on cassette and I think a copy of it on CD. But nevertheless, Mal Havoc shit's hard to get, even here in Toronto, so I grabbed it. Because I pretty much like everything Mal Havoc put out, just about. When I can find it, but yeah. There you go, there's my old buddy Dave Kiner. From the old buy and sell days. There we go, Mal Havoc. Check him out, check him out. And last but not least for CDs, DHI. I already have a copy of this, and I suspected that I did. But, you know, nevertheless, another hard Toronto band, Canadian band to find. DHI, Death and Horror Incorporated, from the early days, the early mid-90s. EBM, electronic, industrial. If you like Frontline Assembly, Skinny Puppy, bands like that, you'll like DHI. Very atmospheric and just really good shit, man. And I was really happy to find this and own another copy of it, because it is really hard to get anything by DHI. Any of these Canadian bands, or Toronto bands at that. And, yeah, definitely. There's a picture of them, you can't really see it, but yeah, there's a lot of snow. But yeah, DHI, Death and Horror Incorporated. Check them out. Focus, focus. There we go. Alright, so now let's get on to some LPs, shall we? Okay, so this one here, I kind of sort of featured this one here in one of my previous videos from a Hell's Headbanger unboxing, Vond, which I later discovered that it was a Mortiz side project. So Mortiz was the bass player of early Emperor. And then he went on to form his own band called Mortiz, and this was a side project that he did, a very atmospheric side project. It's just all atmosphere and noise. But you know what, though? Really good shit. I was really happy to get this as a freebie from Hell's Headbangers. Okay, so next one, Nestor Pister. Now, if you guys don't know who Nestor Pister is, come on. He's from where somewhere in Canada. He's this a Polish, Russian, Lithuanian, or whatever. Sorry if I insulted anybody, but you know, I really don't care. Dude, comedian from the old days, from the 80s, 70s and 80s, and his comedy was rude and crude and off-color beyond belief. Yeah, you would never guess this guy's Canadian. But anyhow, I've got a bunch of Nestor Pister albums, and this was one of the ones I didn't have. I don't think I have this one, but anyways, check him out. Nestor Pister. Look him up if you like the rude and the crude. This one I got off one of my goth industrial guys. The price was good. It says Goth US 1984, band from 84. I'd never even heard of them. The Sleep of Reason. It's an EP. It's a 3-track EP, and it's not bad. It's worth being in my collection. It's pretty good. I don't know who I'd compare it to, really. It just sounds like old school goth rock. You know, from the 80s. It's good. It's good. I can't say I'll recommend them, but I mean, check them out if you're bored and you want to listen to some new goth rock, some post-punk stuff. But yeah, pretty cool. Nice cover too. Can't go wrong with that. All right, so the next one. So, no, I'll get to that in just a sec. But I picked this one up. I actually ordered this one in because I missed out on it at my local record shop. The Mayhem, The Mysteries Dom Satanas Alive. So they do the whole album live. And in all honesty, like, it's really hard to tell the difference between this album and the studio album because they do it so perfectly. And it's just a terrific, absolutely terrific recording. I was really happy to have this. Found it online for a really good price. It's going for an absolute fortune right now if you can find it. And I'm not sure why. I think a lot of effort went into putting out this record. It's very extremely well presented and whatnot. And I'm not going to open it right now, but I have opened it and played it a million times. It's a really nice gatefold, heavy records, heavy vinyl there. Really good. Highly recommended. Definitely. Alright, so I found this one at a local record shop. Elvis, a Canadian tribute. So I picked this one up just for the sake of it being a Canadian tribute. It's quite interesting. It's when Elvis was here in 1957. Toronto, Ottawa, and Vancouver. Excerpts from each show with commentary as well. It's an interesting record. I've listened to it a few times already. It's got a really cool interview with the King on there. And yeah, I'm really happy to have this in my collection. Definitely. Okay, so I missed out on this one several times over many years, but I finally got it. The Perdition EP by Disorder. Classic punk rock right here by Disorder. It is a must-have, and it's taken me this long to even own this record. But yeah, excellent, dirty, freaking raw punk rock by these motherfuckers. Disorder. Alright, now this one was like pulling teeth to get. Holy crap. Finally found it online, and I ordered a couple copies for me and my best friend. The new Toxic Holocaust, Primal Future 2019. Awesome freaking album. Holy hell. Great work, Joel Grind. No question about that, as always. If you can find this, grab it. It sounds a pinch different from his last two recordings, but really good shit. Going back to the old Toxic Holocaust style. My friend says he sounds like Kronos from Venom. I kind of disagree, but there's nothing wrong with that, really. But this is a terrific, dark album by Toxic Holocaust. And I'm still waiting to find it on CD or even cassette, but I was very lucky to get an LP copy of it. Great album. Great album. Alright, and I got this off my best friend in a trade, the Two-Faced album by Tankard. Another great thrash album, no question about it. Never had this one, but I knew it was a great album. Almost every song on here is absolute killer. I mean, these guys are just insane, man, this band, Tankard. Nothing will beat Zombie Attack, though, but still. There we go. From the dying days of vinyl, from the early mid-90s, I believe this one was from, if I'm not mistaken, but re-released in 2017. Yeah. Great album. Great thrash album. Alright, now, funny enough, this is baffling to me. Like, I thought I had Altars of Madness on LP, but it turns out I didn't. I've got the picture disc of it from the old days. It comes with a bonus 7-incher. But I found this in my local records shop for a really good price, and I decided, you know what the hell? I'm just going to pick it up, and I'm going to gamble, because I thought I had it. But I have it on CD and cassette. I believe cassette, but yeah. I never had the LP. Son of a bitch. So now I have the LP. I believe it's the 2017 reissue of it, gatefold, but nevertheless, great, highly recommended album. You're not going to go wrong with this album. Altars of Madness by Morbid fucking Angel. Definitely. Alright, another local record store find. Our Gang, New York Hardcore. The album is called Uprising, and it's more or less a compilation of like demos and live shit by this band. The This is like a lost and forgotten New York hardcore band. Really good shit, though. Along the lines of youth of today, and like just bands from that time. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Straight edge stuff, I believe. Okay. Found this one at a local record shop as well. Grabbed it. It was a really good price. I have it on CD. Now I've got it on LP. The Best of Dr. No. Great crossover band from the old days. How do you not like these guys? Seriously. Plug in Jesus. Yeah. So there we go. Those are the tracks on there. So it's a lot of the early shit. It's more or less a compilation. There we go. And I found another, I believe, local record store find. Helmet. Unlive from 1991. Okay, this was before the Meantime album. And I believe this is an unofficial release. Very well done bootleg at that. Really amazing recording on this, that's for sure. Yeah. See, look at that. That was before the Meantime album. So yeah, Helmet. Really cool band. Really cool band. Alright, so Atomcraft, Future Warriors. Finally got my hands on this one. Or this one through Amazon, actually. Hard to find album. But it's been recently reissued by Back on Black. And I think High Roller put it out as well. I could be mistaken. But terrific, terrific album by these guys, man. First album, Future Warriors by Atomcraft. I've wanted this one for so long now. Thrash, old school. Okay. So another record store, a local record store find, the Sacrilege demos from 84 and 86. Good punk rock, female vocals, you know, a bit of crossover in there. Really good shit. More on the punk rock side. Really amazing recordings put out on Havoc Records. Felix Havoc from the band Destroy and Code 13. Alright, so good price. Found it at a local record shop. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits. Great album. Got a lot of cool songs on here, that's for sure. Sounds really dirty and nice, the way it should be. Awesome record. Needs no introduction whatsoever. Alright, so this one came in the mail many, many, many months ago. Suicide's album, Ghost Riders. Now this is a live album, I believe. Let me just focus in on that sticker. There we go. I don't think I got my download card, not that it matters, so I don't really care for them. Yeah, this I believe was a live album put out on Roar, R-O-I-R, which was a cassette label at the time, but now they've put out anything. But yeah, really great album by Suicide, Ghost Riders. Check it out. It's a pretty hard one to get though. Okay, and an out-of-town record store find. I decided, you know what the hell, let me just break down and get it. 180 gram vinyl, not that that really means anything much. Could be just a gimmick, I really don't care. But the first Elvis album right here, which I didn't have, and I figured, you know what the hell, it's a cool price, I might as well just pick it up. You know what I mean? It was on my list of things, maybe at the bottom of my list, but I figured, what the hell, let me just grab it. Really awesome album, really cool recording. It's got some bonus tracks on there as well. Okay, so yeah, really cool album. Alright, so this one here I picked up. It was a pretty good price. Double LP, the Elvis Presley collection. It's got a lot of cool songs on it. Really good price, dirt cheap. Figured, what the hell, I was buying some other stuff, and I don't like buying single stuff. I usually like buying things in twos or more, so I just threw this one in the mix. Nothing wrong with another Elvis record. There we go. Alright, so a buddy of mine found this for me at a local record shop. Same place I got the Elvis. I missed out on this at another record shop a few years back. But again, if you're willing to wait, it'll come around. It came around. It was for a really amazingly good price, and you know what? I got it. Now, these are not the original 3D glasses that came with it now. The original 3D glasses were the Friday the 13th 3D glasses because the cover is lenticular. It's all 3D. So I had an extra pair of Nightmare on Elm Street. That's what these are. Freddy's Dead or something like that, 3D glasses, and I just kind of threw them in there. So the front and back cover are 3D. So yeah, this is like I think a 4-track compilation of songs from, scores from Friday the 13th Part 1, 2, and 3, which were the best. So there we go. I finally got this. If you're willing to wait, it'll come around. That's my motto as a collector, and that should be yours too. Look at that 3D effect coming at you. Whoa, Jason! Alright, so, okay, here we go right here. This really pissed me off. I was looking for this album many months ago, and discovered I don't have this album, the original Mysteries Dom Satanas. I think I have the picture disc, but I never had it on LP. Got it on cassette, got it on CD, and then a friend of mine joked around, but I'm pretty sure there was a kernel of seriousness in what he said. Oh, your ex-wife, did she steal some of your records? Well, she wasn't into this shit, but I don't know. So anyways, after searching around online, I finally found like the earliest copy of this I could find that was actually affordable, and it was released on the Back on Black label, which I'm not really a fan of, but you know what? This album, released on Back on Black, got some really amazing sound quality reviews, so I grabbed it for a really good price, and spun it a million times in the last several months, and it sounds great, man. It looks great, it sounds great. The Mysteries Dom Satanas, unfortunately their tour got canceled because of the COVID bullshit. They were supposed to come here in Toronto. Luckily I didn't get my ticket yet when this COVID hit, but anyhow, would have been great to see them again. Great classic album, probably one of the best black metal bands ever, and the best black metal album ever recorded, in my opinion. Definitely essential. It is a must-have, and it may be a little bit of an overrated album, I don't know, but it's a really great album, and my favorite track is The Mysteries Dom Satanas. Amazing. Okay, so this is my second copy of this album on LP. This is going to be my playing copy, because I've got a really early Gull copy of it, which is not in the greatest shape. The jacket's like kind of sort of fallen apart. So I found it, again, an early copy, an early pressing of it for a really good price, and I said, what the hell? Great fucking album. Sad Wings of Destiny by Priest. Great freaking album. So I grabbed it again as a playing copy, an early copy. Mine is missing. My old one has the interlude, I believe. This one doesn't have the interlude. So if you guys have copies of this, check it out. It's supposed to have an interlude track on here. Some pressings do, some pressings don't, or it was listed and others weren't. But I noticed that. But nevertheless, great album. Sad Wings by Priest. Okay, another record, local record store find, Bauhaus. This one I didn't have an original copy, but I wanted to have it. In the Flat Field. Great album by these goth rockers. A nice early copy of it of course, we've got the Beggars Banquet old school logo on there. Awesome. Really happy to have this one. An early copy of it at that. Okay, and this one here, funny enough, came in my other Elvis one that I just showed you, the double LP, and it didn't even belong in there. Somebody just kind of threw the actual record in there. So I took it out, cleaned it up. It's in really rough shape. It plays, it crackles like a motherfucker. I made a cover for it, the original cover. That's it right there. I made it. I printed it off and made a record of it. And according to Discogs, that's where I got the artwork from, I believe. That's the back of the record, that's the front of the record, and I just stuck it right on. The LP itself is in fairly rough shape. I cleaned it up as best as I could. You can see how bad it is. Look at that. Horrible. But anyhow, even if I never play it for collection purposes, it's got a story in my collection. Alright, I ordered this one from, I believe, Hell's Headbangers. Yeah, I think I showed this one already. The classic Morbid Mayhem Split bootleg LP. Never had this one on LP, do now. Happy to have it as part of my Mayhem collection. Okay, so we've got Martin Rev from Suicide, solo album. Great album. It's pretty much Suicide without Alan Vega on vocals. So it's mostly instrumental, but really good stuff. From 1980, Martin Rev from Suicide, solo album. Now, 50 million Elvis fans can't be wrong. And they're not. Grab this. It's been reissued, but I found the original. Cheap, really good price. Scooped it up as I was buying a few other things as well. And grabbed it. Cool cover. Alright, so we got some Poison, Sons. No! Okay, just had my camera cut out there for just a second. So, Poison from Norway, Sons of Evil. I believe this one is a compilation. Or two demos, sorry. Yeah. Really raw, primitive, early Black Death. Really good shit. I was shocked when I found this at my local record shop, which is now closed due to the COVID bullshit. Yeah, they always get, like, guys coming in, like, selling collections of, like, old metal and punk rock, and then they make some goth and industrial, like, just stuff like that in there. Mostly, like, punk rock and metal. And, yeah, usually find some nice gems. Here's one. Canadian band Negative Gain, Back from the Dead. Yeah! How the hell are you gonna go wrong with this band? There we go. Released on the Pussmort label. There we go. Negative Gain from the old days. Punk hardcore. Canadian punk hardcore from the old days. How are you gonna go wrong with that cover, man? Look at that. Great recordings, too. It's gonna be a very hard album to get, that's for sure. Crow from Japan. I believe first full length. Japan, 80s. Crow. Yeah, they're Japanese, alright. Great band. Along the lines of Confuse, SOB, Lip Cream, you know the deal. Crow. Alright, had to have it. I probably have a few different versions of it already, but cool cover with Jerry. Misfits, we were 138. Live San Francisco 81 and Detroit 1983. And there's Glenn in the bone suit. And of course, you got the usual shit on there. And that's what it is right there. Classic recordings, 2 classic live recordings, no question about it. There you go. And last but not least, a friend of mine got me this. I've never come across it or seen it or heard of it before, but it's a really cool box set. Nothing on the back. Really nice, cool, heavy box set. Contains a piece of cardboard. And it contains one. Love the jackets for these too. Wow. Never seen anything like this. Oh, actually, I'm just noticing something right now. Reader's Digest. Okay, so it's a Reader's Digest collection right there. I didn't even notice this. I've took it out, I've played it, but never even noticed that little thing at the top there. So it's a Reader's Digest Elvis box set series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Elvis records. Ha 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 ha! In a really nice box set, a Reader's Digest. I don't even know how I didn't notice that before, and I'm the most observant person ever. I'm like a cat. That's cool. Happy to have it. Don't have an Elvis box set, but I do now. So there we go. So that was my pre-COVID record tape CD haul finds, whatever you want to call it. I'll be so glad when this shit's over. And anyhow, here's Creepy Ghoul signing off. See you in the next video. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, get the new shit whenever I decide to do it. And give me a couple thumbs up, will ya? Alright, we'll see you on the next video.